Good morning, everybody. Go ahead with the board minutes of March 29, 2022 decision.
I'll move to accept the minutes.
I second. Tabling.
Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion been carried and passed. So now we'll go to correspondence. Okay. Morning, Blaine.
Morning.
First one's Mako on the broadband funding summit.
It didn't print well, but it is in the commissioner's email.
I'm talking about ARPA money.
Yeah, it's the broadband summit. It's been really confusing on how the funding's coming out, but they're doing a summit where they're inviting commissioners to attend to kind of discuss it and make more sense of it. It's been really confusing when I've talked to Jason. So.
It might be worth it because we could use some better broadband around here. Sometimes I'm on Zoom on my laptop and it says unstable internet.
What
Does that here?
Yeah. So.
Is that
if
just
there's money?
our internet here in the courthouse?
Well, we could team up with potentially with Blackfoot to get money.
Okay. See, and I think we discussed that before, if we could talk to Blackfoot if we,
Yeah, they said they'd get back. When they were here on another
Yeah.
Friday, they said they'd get
Yeah.
back to it.
Yeah, they said it.
So should we have Billy go to this or something, or somebody understands?
That's my thinking.
Do my best to understand. I'm not
I think it's right now,
technical.
it's up in the air and we don't know if it's something that maybe Blackfoot could tell us
Yeah, so
that, yes, this is good, and then we can include it in our grant stuff that you two are working on,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, I
Sorry.
think you should send Billy to that, but that's my 2 cents. She's willing to go.
Yeah, I think because they're combining. I'm really confused on it every time I talk to Jason, to be honest.
Next one's a DEQ for Helena.
Oh, I guess I better sign it. Oops.
The next one's goes to the fire department officer for grants. Supposed to be in by May 20th. Funding is conditional upon available allocation for this program.
What is it?
It's a grant for rural fire capacity grant funds available. It's assist volunteer rural fire departments and cost share grants for training, equipping, and organizing. They talked a little bit about this at that LEPC.
They did, and I believe, so that came USPS. Michael Meyer also sent out an email version of that I got copied on, and I believe also went to all of our local volunteer fire departments, but I'll confirm that.
Okay, the next one's a Granite County Justice Court end of period disbursement.
It's been busy, so I guess some disbursements are as fine as probably any.
Well, and that's a flyer. He called me that, you guys sent Carol to that last year and it's going on again.
That's it for correspondence. We'll go ahead right into public comment. Any public comment?
Do you want it on the agenda to send Billy to that conference, right? I don't, technically it doesn't, it's not, I don't think.
What's this
significant enough,
DNRC
but
one?
The Blackfoot one.
Broadband.
The Blackfoot one that you're
Blackfoot.
talking about.
You mean
Broadband.
broadband?
Broadband.
Broadband. Well, I think let's ask Blackfoot first and see what's going on, and then yeah, I mean, I don't have problems.
It's on the 13th.
Of
This one is
April
of April in Helena.
So that is
next week. next
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
I guess you could give her authority to look into it and go if she feels like it's needed. But
I'll see too if it's offered through Zoom too. I'll look into it.
Yeah, just let us know. That, public comment was, oh no, wait till Road and Bridge and then
oh, yeah, yeah,
Bob McMahon.
oh, yeah.
Yes. Any public comment? That lot, if somebody does that little hand will come up just in that way. Okay.
Yeah.
Just cause I moved something, I hit something.
Could you see everyone on there?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, there's the only person, there's nobody on. Besides Blanche, or Elaine, I'm sorry.
You can
I
see
guess I
both
didn't
ways.
understand. They're on, but if they want to talk, it's blue.
Yeah, that little blue, it's a little blue hand that comes up on yours. Yellow that comes up on mine.
It's interesting.
Yeah. And it's weird, the hand doesn't come up in the boxes on. It only comes up on the participant.
Because the device you're on, or the,
I don't know.
is he a co-host with you, or?
Mhm.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What's that?
The hand raised
Oh.
is yellow on hers,
Blue.
blue on.
She's yellow on mine too.
Mine's blue.
Might be the device,
Yeah.
or the setting. Yeah, might be the setting. Blue would
So
probably.
hers,
stand out.
his is a Chromebook maybe, and this is not a Chromebook, this is a laptop. There's a difference.
Either way, you can see it, blue or yellow, you can see that.
Yeah, well, now you know it's blue. Ours is yellow.
So I did find this invite, it's not on Zoom. But I'll reach out to Block and see.
Yeah.
if they're there. Get back in contact.
So is this broadband thing, an actual conference or is it a Zoom thing?
It's not on Zoom, it's an actual conference. The MACO, the Montana Telecommunications Association, Montana Department of Administration, and AT&T have come together to offer you a free educational and collaborative opportunity regarding broadband funding in Montana.
Yeah, that's good. Because the grants will go through the Department of Administration.
And wasn't some of that last year is what Scott went after to help on that broadband? Cause remember we upgraded, wasn't this some of that?
That was
Or-
a different grant, I think.
But I mean, wasn't that what it was kind of
Yeah.
about? Just they gave them the information on it and then they went for the grant. I thought somebody went, not one of us, but I thought Scott was.
Maybe the sheriff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember fully what that one was.
I know we talked about that broadband and then that's one of the reasons why we changed the road crew over to their own channel due to the fact that we were cutting Scott
Oh.
and them off on them, but then.
The broadband internet is what they're talking about. Yeah,
So it, no.
yeah, good. That one, yeah. It was a different grant.
Elena.
Go ahead, Elena. Good morning.
Good morning, Elena
Okay.
Gagliano for the record. Since you're talking about that correspondence for broadband still, was that listed under the correspondence? Because I didn't see it.
It was not, Elena. It came in at 4:40 yesterday evening. So I'd already posted everything, so I will get it posted on as soon as the meeting closes today.
Shouldn't the commission, I'm sorry, go ahead.
And it didn't print very well, so it's almost impossible to read the way I don't know, the way they have the message in there, it doesn't print in a way that's very readable. I will let you know, it's hard to read the way it prints.
Well, shouldn't the commissioners get copies of them, of the correspondence emailed and know it before the meeting so they can read it?
This correspondence did go to the commissioner's email, yeah.
It came to the commission. I see it right here.
Oh, because it seemed like, it seems like, I think it was Commissioner Hinkle. I can't barely hear him, didn't know what something was about and asked the question. Thank you.
Yeah, if you look in your emails, the broadband thing is here, because I kind of looked at it a little bit. Trying to do my homework.
I mean, there's stuff you're gonna, even if you looked at it, there's questions you're gonna ask. That's what you're supposed to ask.
So one thing, if we're still in public comment, that I do have to comment on, I listened to the recording from the week before, and we really need to work on this because it is really hard to hear. I mean, you say that yourself and I did find that you can go to closed captioning and it whips out the words. If you can't hear Billy, you can hear it in closed captioning. So I was able to pick it up, but
What part aren't you hearing? Or I guess I don't, you mean, am I speak louder, you mean, or?
because you can't hear Blaine very well. You're kind of a little bit, I don't know, where's that mic at?
Right in the middle.
Maybe we need another one of those.
So I actually, last week, the tech that came to reinstall the battery on your computer, he was in here for a while because they were having lots of issues, and I visited with him about it to see if he had any recommendations. And he gave me the information for automated living out of Missoula. The guy's name is Joe Hazel. And he said to get a hold of him because he might be able to help and give us some ideas on how to improve this. And then he also said in Columbia Falls, they bought one of the Apple TVs that's like, and they use that, and it's like a smart board that they use in the classroom. But he said to get a hold of them and see how they've done their setup. So I have both of those on the list.
So you can actually see the video up on the wall.
Yeah, or some, yeah, I don't know. I gotta call him, and I researched it a little bit, but.
Well, I'm just saying that because I've been listening to the recordings. It's really, it's not easy.
I wonder if we could have, like a mic here and there, just one of these ones like that. Is that possible?
Yeah, I need to find a thing that'll let us plug them, get adapters, so we can plug that many things into the port. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Elena. Sorry. Go ahead, Elena.
Okay, since we're talking about that, I'll just, and this is still public comment. If you want to know how these meetings are conducted remote, because Zoom would give you all the training. Tomorrow between 8 and 9 o'clock, Big Sky Passenger Rail Authority has their monthly meeting, and all the information is on their website. That's also done remotely, and you'll see everybody speaking. You can hear everybody speaking. It's because you use your computer. You use the thing that's in the apparatus that's in front of you. And that's what you turn on, and it picks up your voice. You don't put a microphone in the middle of the table. And I believe all three commissioners were provided with a tablet or something to use for these meetings. That was over 2 years ago. Anyway, that's just a suggestion, but again, the meeting is tomorrow. You're all invited, public is invited, and you can ask questions and also comment for your own interest. Thank you.
It's 8 a.m.,
Oh, sorry, I didn't hit mute.
8 to 9.
Yes, Blaine, the meeting is 8 a.m.
Bridge.
The meeting is 8 a.m. to 9 o'clock. And you can go to www.bigskyrail.org and they have the agenda and everything there. And that's how you get on, use the agenda just like this and you can get on. Thank you.
Okay, now we're gonna go on to Road and Bridge Weekly Report. Paul's not gonna be in, he's home sick, and Nate's home sick. So I'd let you know that, but he's not here. They said when this weather breaks, they're gonna have 3 blades running. Graders. So, and then we still have the one.
Is that new one?
It's-
Or the one they're testing?
Got, that one's still sitting in Drummond, it's just too muddy down there, so they haven't done nothing with it, it's just a demo. It won't cost us nothing, we use it for a week,
So how long can we use it?
a week. So,
So that's one of the 3.
they're gonna try doing Radler Road, they were talked about just to see, cause it's a heavier blade and they got some different stuff, it's got a different Rotec on it, on the blade. It's pretty cool looking. It's heavy though. Other than that, I went for a ride yesterday. Bob McMahon called. He wanted me to look at Bear Gulch Road. It's got some really bad potholes, but we knew about it. But finally, the water was out of them yesterday. But now last night, it's got some major road issues there on the Bear Gulch Road.
How far up?
Pretty much from the bottom up, from the blacktop right there, about the 2 mile up. It's just got big potholes and it's just that time of year, but they need to try to cut them out and then lay them back in them. And
So there was issues with some rocks on the road, but that got
yeah,
called in the sheriff's office. 'cause
yeah,
that was-
and I called the sheriff's office yesterday before we did, cause I'm sure people are gonna hit them and have flat tires. But there was a dump truck hauling on the county road without a tailgate, and the rocks are falling out of the back of the truck.
Where at?
Bear Gulch. From the 6 mile all the way to the highway.
Yeah, it's a huge safety issue, so I think the deputy went down.
I never did hear back from them. They said they were gonna call, I never did hear from them. But I hope they went, cause they were hauling.
Who's
it.
dump truck?
Yeah,
Some,
I wouldn't use the name here.
okay. I can assume.
So, but there's rocks falling out of the back of it, and I couldn't, cause I've had 2 people complain about the rocks. I thought, oh, hell, it's climbing up and, yeah. So, anyway, that, gonna have to put a culvert in at, they call it the $100 hill, and then clean that ditch along there, but Paul knows about that already. I think that's it on that road. Do you guys have anything?
I do have a comment that I was hoping Paul would be here. And it was just on the fact that the reason why I looked at or listened to the recording is because it was stated that he had mentioned it the week before that he was going to convention and taking 3 people, and he didn't. And the only thing that I'd like to say is that I think all 3 of us should be included in this discussion when he decides to go to a conference. And I think there should be a report coming back from the conference on just exactly. in
He
my
said he
opinion.
has stuff for us. I told you that he has stuff he's
I'm-
bringing
I'm
back.
just
but
saying.
He's just sick today.
Right.
So.
When
And
you're
that's
sick,
my
you're sick.
fault. I guess he told me and I didn't bring it to you guys. I thought he said it in here, but obviously didn't. So that's my fault. I'll make sure he tells you next time, or any of them.
Well, I think there should be discussion concerning things like this with all 3 of us.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'll make sure he lets you know. Anything else on the road and bridge? Uh, I did have a complaint that a person jumped me about the saying that the county's buying a 320 excavator. We're not buying a 320 excavator. I want these two gentlemen to know that. It was a price for one if we needed one to rent one or hire somebody. It was in the paper and they read it wrong.
But it says per hour, right? Right in
Yes.
the paper.
And I got told that we was buying. I said, no, we're not buying nothing. It's not. It's
So
just in case that 1189 road, if we need one, we already have a price on it. We talked about it and that's why we put it in there. So,
And we also talked about where you said lots of people have dozers and stuff, so
yes.
why would we have to lease one if we're gonna let
Yes,
one of the
they-
locals use
Yes.
their dozer?
Just in case if they're busy or something. That's why we put it in there so it's out. So,
Yeah,
go ahead, Elena. Sorry, boy.
Okay, again, Elena Gagliano, for the record, thank you, Blanche, for bringing that up regarding that conference, but I was wondering, I did get some information, the agenda and stuff, I can't locate it right now, but there was a cost to attend. I don't remember how much it was, but I guess it would apply to each one of the people that went. And I would like to know, is that coming out of the budget for road and bridge? Or the county budget? And if so, then shouldn't it have been approved by the commissioners? I'd like to know that information once you get the information. Thank you.
Right, come from road and
Yes,
bridge.
it would be out of the road fund, and also we haven't paid claims for March, and so it's going to be in the claims. And this is something, yes, that we need to look at and address and just find out exactly what it costs the county to send 4 people to the conference. It's just, that's a discussion that we didn't have this time, but we will in the future.
That doesn't need to be an agenda item, but
No,
yeah,
it's,
you guys working as a team, work it out.
well, that was all I was asking.
Any other stuff for road and bridge?
Oh, we do have mediation with Mr. Conrad tomorrow, so Commissioner Adler and I are going down to Missoula. Hope to get that case resolved, but I'm not hopeful because they're not even willing to recognize that Fair Gulch Road's a county road, but that's obvious, so. We'll see, and so there'll be an agenda item, I believe, next Tuesday. There is a preliminary agreement for each, and it could be finalized next week.
What time we leaving?
8 from Drummond.
That's why you guys want to go.
What? I
You're
missed
not
that.
paying attention.
Well, I'm looking at stuff here, so,
I was just teasing you.
okay.
Mediation's a lot of waiting around. Mediator comes and meets with you and then potentially go a couple hours with the other side, so it's a little wait around.
Where's it at?
Office is CJ Johnson is a mediator. And I've used him one other time. He did a good mediator. Let's see, it's in on Pine Street, I think, in Missoula or Spruce.
Just go get crumble cookies.
They're right there.
I don't know. There's somewhere over there.
I'll just throw it out. I don't think we should forget about the infrastructure stuff and ARPA funds for, getting, get some work done.
No, I agree with you.
Well, we aren't.
So where do we go? Where do we go from here?
I think we're still rolling with it.
I'll follow up with, I'll look at it and see where they're at on stuff, and if they've come out with any more dates or any more clarification of information on it.
We're waiting on the government.
Yeah, they haven't, the only one that was really open was that Rise, where he was saying, and I kind of talked to him about that, and I sent him some of our project information and our specs that Great West had done for like the Stony Creek Bridge, the gravel pit, and a lot of that information. And they have it, so, but I haven't really heard back, so I'll touch base. Also, if we have any, and I don't know if we'll have ARPA funds left over, but that's something we can also utilize for culverts if we need culverts. And Jeremiah said that's something he could work with us on too, on making sure our ARPA funds are budgeted in the best manner. If that's something we wanted to help us look at for culverts.
So are we on the roll and we've done everything that we need to do? We're just waiting. It's a hurry up and wait situation.
Yeah.
That's the way I understood it. Had to get it in at a certain, and now we're just kind of.
Yeah, we're just,
Neutral.
I mean, yeah, there,
I'm just saying, let's not forget about it.
yeah.
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 So, I mean, we've got our dome money and we've got our elevator money and, right?
Oh,
And
we'll
this
take
is a
look
different
on
one,
this,
yeah.
The other engineer or architect, so busy, hasn't gotten back with it. The thought was to go to potentially like Montana Tech or MSU to see if students would be interested in working on it and having their professor oversee it. You guys interested in, I could reach out to them. Okay.
Sure.
And that, when we did that request for proposals or qualification, we didn't get anyone.
It was really hopeful that one woman would do that. Her name?
Catherine. I think architects are just swamped these days, but yeah, got the money, need to do it. Get
Yeah,
it
so
done.
we're gonna do
Yeah.
that.
That's why I guess a person better look at that where they're gonna put it, and make sure they don't start moving people around and putting them in a spot at the elevator.
Oh, that's a good,
Yeah.
never thought about that.
I was gonna mention it last week, and I forgot. Thanks, Blaine, but yeah, we gotta make sure if we don't start moving these desks and that, putting people.
Well, isn't that middle room, isn't that where the elevator is gonna go up?
Well, I'm not we never really figured it out, I don't think. They were gonna look at that other and make sure the wires and pipes and.
There was so many different discussions.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
But I would suggest, yeah, when we get the engineers, even when they come look at the courthouse and have them walk around with the commission and Janine. Because judge is open, I talked to him, was glad I talked to him, was open for potentially going through that bathroom. But he did have some concerns, but he was happy they were, I even talked to him about it.
All right, well, about that, we'll move on to 9:30. Brandon Parrott Dam Tinder's report, Georgetown Lake outflow review and decision. I passed it down there with, do you have it there? Max, you have it?
Have what?
The Georgetown Lake outflow, not I handed it to you. It was sitting right
Right
here.
under there.
Oh,
No,
There's the
this is the
report,
fourth, isn't it?
that
the
and
fourth.
then the other two pieces. I laid it there, I stamped. I took it from here. It's sitting right there.
Maybe I had a yellow one. No,
I did not
I
see
didn't
them.
see it.
It shows the, how the,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I signed it, or stamped it.
Yeah,
and
I
signed
thought
it.
it said that.
so it's sitting here.
I have the outputs written down for you if you guys want them.
There it is, right
Oh,
there,
yeah,
all three of them.
just two.
There's
This
three.
is,
one
oh,
And
okay,
this
so
one. These
this
two.
ended up putting, my fault, I stuck my papers on the top of it. Okay,
You
sorry.
read what it is, Lance, please.
Okay, so 6428.43 and 12.48, so it's like what, going up,
Slow.
is it? No, very slowly.
When you look at Todd Blythe's report, even at 72% inflow, it looks pretty good.
I know.
Do you agree with, you don't agree with
My phone says no.
that? Yeah.
We have Brad Learman on too, and I just unmuted him if you wanted.
Okay, Brad, do you have any comments on this?
Can you guys hear me at all?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm having trouble kind of hearing you guys, but I can pretty much decipher what you're saying, but yeah, no, not a lot of comments. Just you know, looks like obviously you guys have done a good job keeping the outflows out all winter, and you know, obviously reservoir elevations went up nicely, and you know, looked like Todd and his model for the most part kept outflows at 6 or 8 CFS until May, and that doing that would you know, would fill the reservoir, which is the obvious goal, and so I think you guys are on the right track pretty much.
Okay, well, I really appreciate you getting on to let us know your thought on that. And, we're gonna have to stay in pretty good communication here for the next few weeks just to see what's gonna happen, because it's not good anywhere. You know, it's
Right.
still below 80% in Peterson Meadows, and it's scary. I mean, they got some moisture down over south of Drummond, but up here we never got crap.
Yeah, we've barely got anything like that.
So I guess I'll entertain a motion on what to do here.
Make the motion stay the same.
I'll second it.
Any public comment? Oh, Brandon Parrott's here. He's a dam tender. Have you met him yet, Brad?
I haven't.
Okay, this is Brad Learman, Fish and Wildlife Park.
Okay.
So any public comment on this motion? Being none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion been carried and passed. We're leaving it as is. It's. What do you have for us?
I'll be getting with Great Northwest.
Great West?
Yeah, Great West. Jeremy, I think is his name was.
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, there's Jeremiah, and then there's another one,
John.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
There we go. I called him last week, and we're gonna meet up and go over a few things.
Good. There's Jackie, are you on there? She's called me this morning. There's a thing that you might want to go to. Can you unmute her?
Yep, I just sent her.
Jackie, what was that called, please?
It is the virtual dam sector information sharing drill. Is Brandon there?
Yeah, he's sitting
I got
there.
an email.
Okay,
Oh,
So-
got your email, Jackie.
he did. Okay. All right. And I looked up those dates and I also sent that to him also.
Maybe.
Okay.
I plan on attending it.
He planned on attending. Maybe you guys can be in touch with each other because you. Is that all right, guys? Anything?
Well, come on.
It's virtual.
I see where that May 14th thing, and it costs 13,000.
38,
13,000
13,000.
put on the training thing.
Other than that, do you have anything?
I don't, just when we have that exercise, just make sure I don't
Okay.
It's on May 14th,
May 4th, yeah.
on a Saturday. School
That's all.
cafeteria.
Where's it at?
Oh, cafeteria. Dssmr.
I'll be there too.
There's also a special LEPC meeting, if you want to come to that on April 27th is it at noon, Jackie?
Sorry, what did you say?
LEPC?
That one
I
on the
can't-
20, what time was that?
11 o'clock at the Phillipsburg Town Hall.
I went last night. It was good. It's been nice to listen. Yeah. It was a good meeting.
Is that on the 27th?
So, any other public comment on the Georgetown Lake? Do you have that,
Did we vote on? We did?
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I thought we did. Sorry. I was talking, Brett. Do you have that other from Tim? Have you signed it or stamped it?
I have some of the correspondence here.
I know, what did I do?
Yes. Signed.
Okay, annotated this, and this, and this.
Different.
That's the 4th.
Yeah, I put them in the,
Okay,
I guess like having them there, put them in that book just so we have it.
So- we've already gone through this one though, haven't we?
This is a new one. This is the one
Why
we
does
just
it
got
have March
today.
4th?
Because that's
April,
when you
yeah.
did it.
I mean, we just.
I know
got-
you stamped
oh,
it April 5th, but the report came out March 4th,
we're gonna give you one. What's
I
that?
think you
March 4th.
mislabeled it.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I think you mislabeled
Because I got
it.
it on my email and it don't say much.
Yeah, it does.
So this is actually the wrong
Yeah.
date. That's why I was
Oh.
going,
So we have some
this isn't
updates.
anything, because I looked at the date. So, yeah,
I,
thank you, sorry. I had some piles here.
thank you, Brandon.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
You appreciate you
Brandon.
coming in. Good job.
You don't have it.
I'll email it to you.
Just, I just want to cut it. That's all.
I'll email it to you.
So Brandon, these things that you attend and these things that if you would have to attend either by Zoom or if you have to go to them, you realize that it's considered,
Right.
yeah, you are on county time doing this.
Right.
Okay,
And we approved it, so whenever you go, then just turn in your time, right? And you can use the car if you have to go somewhere or something, so you're not,
Yeah. towards-
it's totally up to you.
Zoom, Zoom.
It's got me tired. Yeah.
Congratulations too. I heard your son got married.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You got married?
His son got
My
married.
parents did. This last week.
your son,
Up at the-
It was in Bozeman.
you're old enough to have a son?
Is it? 46 in there.
That's a
I'm
compliment.
sorry.
But anyways,
Any other public comment on the Georgetown Lake? Thanks, Brett. Oh, he's already gone.
anyways, I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Very
Thank
Have a
good.
good day.
Thank you.
We'll see you.
Okay, so I will get this. I had to charge my phone because it was almost dead. Now I'll leave it alone.
earlier, but it was just loud and fuzzy. And so then I kept trying to adjust the dial. But those were working, but now those aren't working.
Well, the green light was on that one, but it was, I think these were about dead. So,
Could you,
Yeah.
get like a sympathy card, we'll give it to our solid waste guy, John, his son passed
another son?
away. One, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think we
They
did
had
that.
the, yeah, we.
Yeah.
I don't know if
We did.
Well, it seemed like one. And they had a few.
Okay.
That solid waste guy's son passed away. But sounds like we already did it. Okay.
We already did it, but we could send, since there was like a celebration of life or whatever, we could send like a just a condolences, kind of a.
I guess the same about it.
Yeah. I was gonna try to pick up just like a pack of thank you cards and sticky cards, so I have on hand. I found the instruction book for that thing. That I maybe.
Usually just batteries that are the issue.
I don't know if it was for the mic, it was for the AV system, so.
Have you heard anything from the homeowners on the water up there, Chuck? You need.
I think they think it's gonna fill. But I just have my doubts. We don't get a lot of rain.
Even with the rain, it's windy, it's just sucking it all back out.
But we only have a month. Then we gotta start putting out 30.
Nip and tuck.
Not gonna work.
So he just didn't change his heading on this, is that what?
Correct.
Yes, I guess I better read it, because I looked at March 4th, I've already read that.
I read mine on email, I just started reading, I didn't look at the heading, I just. It's more interesting, you know.
I always just look at the chart on
So
the.
are we in closed session now?
Yeah, we have 1 minute,
Mm.
that one's a little fast.
Do you wanna go off? or
Yeah,
just for the
let's
morning?
go off and we have a. Okay, we're back on, it overran on the
Yeah.
It overran on a closed session. We had some other stuff come up. Anyway, we're gonna do the 10 o'clock quarterly courthouse meeting, office space discussion and decision. Vicky?
What? Don't start with me.
I'll come up here so people can hear you. Bring chairs if you need.
I've been
Okay,
going
I
around the
can start this
offices.
off if you want.
Okay.
What the situation is room. And Vicky was approached by the DMV for some office space. The health thing, their room, they're not enough room. Billy, we talked and has decided to move upstairs. And the JP is very interested in moving into Billy's office. So that would leave the JP's office for the health, which is 2 rooms, and then plus that other room.
Plus the one in the middle.
And then
Yeah.
what our clerk and recorder election administrator has brought forward is that she would move her elections out of the old assessor's office, and that could be a,
Like a conference room. Or just
conference
kind of a-
room, and the actually DMV could be in there, or she'd hold her election stuff and she'd just her, and it'd be open for
Right.
what we have to go to the
Still
courtroom
counting,
for
but-
now.
Okay, before we get too carried away, I brought it up earlier, we gotta make sure about this elevator. Where it's going and what it's gonna be, cause we don't wanna start revamping all these offices and then all of a sudden then we gotta go back and try to figure out where the room's gonna go where.
Where is the elevator gonna go? You don't
Up
know.
and down.
That's a good question.
Oh, you're funny.
That's-
You're so funny.
I think as is, it's into the office next to JP, right?
Well, that's
Up
what
into the,
we thought, and then they were, what's her name, you know, was looking, and then we went upstairs and looked and
that's not
it's
ideal.
on the judge upstairs and that, so I'm just saying, you know, there's a lot to look at here, as long as we don't start building stuff and then
Well,
tear it out.
It's not building stuff, it's just moving people.
But building that elevator,
Oh, building the elevator, right.
can't build that, it'd
Want to build the elevator first before we move anybody?
be nice.
The issue is
I
that
don't see that
the
happening.
getting an architect has been very difficult. 'Cause they're so
I
big.
didn't
Just don't
guys
wanna get
will
all of a
never
sudden
move.
we get
Yeah,
a room and
yeah,
then gotta go back. So, I mean, whatever everybody wants to do, you are the ones that all live here. And to make it better for everybody, you know, start moving.
So, discussion,
I don't know. I've heard they want to move. I'm happy.
you're happy. I knew you were
You're not
happy.
going nowhere.
I don't want to move my.
If the elevator goes there, boo-hoo for you.
You get an elevator?
I do have, when I move out of my office, I do have boxes and subdivision files and all.
Yeah, actually, instead of hauling them up, I've got a storage space in the basement. So they can just be hauled down.
Some of that stuff needs to be gone through though, that's over however many years,
Yeah,
because it's getting pretty crowded in that one
corner.
area.
So, and for your needs, the JP's office would be perfect.
I think so. It's one big room though, right?
No, it's two
Have you
rooms.
not been in there?
A long time ago.
I'll take you in there today.
You pass through the first room, and then there's one big room.
Yeah.
The pass-through room won't
They're
work
both
for
Pretty good
our,
size.
counseling or any of that, but the back big room will. I feel like it'll be basically the same space we have now, right?
Pretty much.
And the other part,
That'll be, I mean, it's okay, it's working right now, and if we continue to grow, heck, we might have to search for space anyway,
and there will be some building, Blanche.
Hmm?
There will be some building, cause that desk and stuff of the judges.
The desk is a desk and it sits on a podium, and the podium can be pulled apart. I went and looked at it. It's
We
just
measured it
a
and
square little thing built with
There's
the desk sitting on top
gonna
of it.
be room in that other.
And
one.
it has to be rebuilt into the other office.
The judge does
Just
want
pull it
that
up and
Yeah.
ceiling
get on up.
repaired though.
The one
She
third?
does want that ceiling repaired in that office that you guys are in.
Oh,
right
where we have
now.
the flood and the lath is missing and plaster
Yeah,
on the ceiling.
she wants all that repaired and, I did comment that the Zoom isn't great in that room, 'cause I know
Yeah.
she does do a lot of Zoom things, but she said the state would have to come rewire that room for her.
Mhm.
So I told her she might want to have them move that.
And they can put a
Is,
booster in there.
I don't wanna be like expensive or anything, but is there like, could we put up like a partition wall at all, or would that be too expensive? In the big room that the JP's in now? For appointments?
Well, let's look at it today and we'll discuss it.
Okay. And if
Because
you
you
Yeah,
can't
guys,
have anything
yeah,
that
and
you
you
don't.
need to look at the JP's
layout.
office, the way that it's set up.
Okay,
Because
so.
it has a separate door and stuff that you
Yeah,
can
the
close there.
reason that it's a good idea for the JP is she's always wanted two doors. She wanted someone to come in and then come out the other door, and she doesn't have that. It's walkthrough, like you say. And that's why she wanted the assessor's office, but she wanted to like build doors and
Yeah.
do this, and we didn't want to be historically tearing apart stuff that is historical in the courthouse.
Right, yeah. I
And
wouldn't want to do that.
with her, they sit in the, people sit in the hallway going into her office. With you, you have that little hallway. If she needed to close the door and they're sitting in there,
Yeah.
she could walk in and come out through. So, and another thought was your office, because you have 2 doors, but actually, well, we're just trying to help, right?
I think it's a good space for her. I agree. Yeah, and I'm fine with moving.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, because, sometimes we're shuffling. If Ashley and Anna both have appointments, we do a lot of shuffling around. And so I was thinking if we could just put, and a temporary partition wall, nothing to change the building at all,
Well,
just to make it
can you just do a divider or?
divide it.
Yeah.
Because now, don't you, when you have like 2 separate appointments, don't they go over and use the county health? You guys use the county health?
We do use the county health, so if that'll be
So
next.
now
to
the
us.
county health will be next to you, so you could still use that office.
Okay.
couldn't you?
Oh,
Yeah.
so the DMV is gonna go with.
So
the
where's
county
DMV
health?
gonna-
Well, either there or over here.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
So she called me
Is she-
yesterday.
The only reason DMV up here is because it's easy.
Is
It's
it
lots of room.
Access, yeah.
With
but-
the county health being where it is right now
Mhm.
and having that office too,
Okay,
it works.
yeah.
You see what I
And then
mean?
that gives you
And-
that much more room.
So
I
it's not a
wasn't
big
thinking of
move.
that.
You're giving me a look. It's not a big move. It's moving Billy upstairs, moving the JP to Billy's office and you to the JP's office.
Yeah.
That is mainly no
What's in the
rebuilding
mix
anything.
right now then?
Quit giving me that look, Scott.
So what did she say?
I talked to Terry, she's gonna be here on the 19th. She said they, need, like in Mineral County, a 12x14 office, it worked fine for them. They would kind of like to do 2 days a month here in Granite County to start, because right now they're booked out 69 days in Granite County.
Oh my God.
I know, but she said they want to put a large printer in the office so they could potentially start doing real IDs. Yeah, that's the basis of my notes, but like I said, she'll be here in 2 weeks, but
Okay.
she's seeing us like a lot of her other offices where she's gonna see us grow more and more and she can see the potential for needing to do more.
And I think either one, whatever, if it's all right with you guys, whatever she is happiest with is either that one or the one in the middle. Because you have the handicap accessible downstairs.
Exactly.
You know, to me, that's a big plus, because people can't get up the stairs.
That, she said the counters up here in this one are very like,
I know
they
that's
very
what-
much
yeah, I
like
know
that.
Yeah,
but she said that office too is huge. They don't need that much space.
okay. So when she comes, we'll have her look at like both places and then she can,
Whatever.
okay. All right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she
She
got
on
on
the
the,
agenda today, or?
No,
she
that-
was, but she wasn't gonna be able to make it,
Oh,
so she
okay.
rescheduled for the 19th.
19?
Yeah.
So we just need to make sure you got plenty of space, the
Yeah,
county
sounds
health
good.
has space.
Yeah, and I
And
think you guys should-
if
Yeah,
it's
that
workable
looks
for the
nice.
DMV to use that, that'll be, what do you call it? What do you call that? Huh?
A multi-purpose room.
Yeah, multi-purpose.
Multi-purpose room. There you
Yeah.
go. Thanks, guys.
What do you think, Janine?
That all sounds good to me. You know, I just work here, man. I help them move the stuff and vacuum and whatnot, you know? I don't have any issues with any of it, actually. Whatever works for whomever it needs to work for, that's good in my eyes. The way these guys have rearranged their rooms and whatnot has made it way easier for me for cleaning. Like I said, my cord's not getting hung up on all kinds of stuff, and it's just, I mean, it's nice. That doesn't look so cluttered, cluttered is gone, it's nice.
Where you stuff all your stuff. What was the deal with the judge? Why she didn't want to come up, that we can come to her?
She said it's
I
Cannon's
read
law.
that and I
She
didn't
said Blaine would know.
Second.
I didn't
Cannon's law?
understand that. What's the deal there, Blaine? I read that email.
I didn't see her email.
Did you read
just
that
sent
and
it
explain
down.
it to me with today?
I think she could come up, but if she has issues with it, then having someone go talk to her.
Well, this is partially, with her now, you think she'd be here to comment on it,
I would think so, yeah.
but I don't know. I read that. Did you?
Yeah, I read it. Yeah, I did. And then I did go down and talk to her because
See, and I
she,
never talked to
yeah.
her because I figured, she'll be with us.
I-
So we
yeah,
can,
well,
I think
I-
she should be.
I felt the
And I'm
same
not
way,
telling her
but
what to do, but.
I felt the same way, but. So that's
I'll
why I
say
did.
it, She should have been here.
She said that she can't come to open judicial conduct. Open forum.
That's,
I
I
mean,
guess we
this
worked,
is
I
a-
think we worked out.
This is a big deal, last time we went through this, trying to help and get her set up in her place, and then we never had no communication. This is why we're having this, to have communication, and we need her comments. She might see something that, oh yeah, I need this, well then all of a sudden now we're starting to move stuff, and then all of a sudden we get the comments in. I don't agree with that. That's where I am.
Well, if I was a commissioner, I'd ask you for something in writing from her saying she agrees to that move.
Being
But
that
then
she
if
don't
there's,
wanna
then
be
there's not gonna be a
involved.
communication issue.
and that would be easy enough to do.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
little better.
No big deal.
And what she's gonna need in the new, if she's wanting the, that platform moved over, if that's. what-
Yeah, it's a simple little platform.
The thing about it is, when they
You
get,
probably, yeah, should.
when they
Yes,
get
I
this
talked.
in there, that, we just kind of need to see how she feels about how it's sitting, where it's aiming and all that. I mean, that's part of this too.
And she's looked at it already.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
no
so-
idea.
I know.
Yeah, you do, but we don't. I mean, we're trying
Well, and
to
that's
set-
what I'm
Took the
bringing.
tape
I
measure
took,
and
I
everything.
took her in and showed her
Yeah.
with Billy. And we
Did she
talked
measure
about it.
stuff out though, so she knew where to put her platform?
Yesterday, she
And all that?
stepped in the morning and
Right.
measured out. Her one concern was if, it would be enough space for someone in a wheelchair to be able to make it to the front, that back area with the table. But she thinks it would work.
Okay, just another bridge to cross when the time comes. Move the table,
The table and the printer right outside the
or
door.
just put it right in that where you guys have that
So in the
square
wall.
area where people sit. That would work too. I mean, it's definitely doable.
Is that the expression?
So no firm agreement today, but working towards it, right?
I guess we're moving forward, we're not making a motion on that, because I think there's more questions. But I think, I don't know if we have to make a motion to move forward with this. It says decision.
Okay, so can we make a motion that we're going to move Billy up into this office and,
I'm just looking at people when they're asking.
okay,
them.
now we've
I
discussed
just want
this
to make
pretty
sure
much.
everybody's on the same board. That's
The
all.
the JP is, how do we address the JP into
Bill's
Billy's
If
office,
it's acceptable with her.
acceptable with her, and county health and all your little health projects into, I think
Health network.
we agree on that we make that decision to move, to make things more streamlined for us.
I'll second that.
Okay,
Any public comment on this? Being none, all in favor?
I,
Aye. So most
Up,
been carried
Elena.
and passed.
Oh, Elena had it, but
Everyone. Go ahead, Elena. Sorry, I jumped.
Elena Gagliano for the record. The motion was a little confusing. Can you go over it again? Because I think somebody said that Billy is going to be moved to this office, and that wasn't clear. And the JP, can you just read it again, please? Thank you.
let me get it worded right, and I'll try to read it again. So, making a move to Billy and JP, and would you be kind, county health and what else?
We are Healthy Granite County Network in public health.
County, we're,
County Health
You
Network.
can call it the county health network.
okay, let's
Sure.
call it county
That
health.
works.
That's the-
Okay,
Sorry.
after discussion,
HGCN.
HGC.
I make a motion that we move Billy into the commissioner's office we moved the JP from Billy's office downstairs, from her office to Billy's office, and we moved the county health into the JP's office.
With the condition that the judge is agreeable to it.
Agreeable to the JP.
I'll second that again.
Okay.
Or any public comment? Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that was more clear. But I guess this isn't really a final decision until the JP approves it or thinks it's okay. Because I'm visualizing Billy's office in that back room. I guess the front room will be the court and the back room will be her office. Okay, let me finish. And then as far as Billy's office up to yours, all her filing and stuff, that's going to be moved in there also. And then the commissioner's office is going to be available during business hours, right?
Correct.
Can I answer that?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
not you. I didn't know if she was finished or not, because she says I butt in, so I was asking if I can answer. Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, all in favor?
I,
Once again, motion
So-
carried passed.
oh, sorry, just one question. So we have to put it on the agenda again and get written approval from JP to move.
I don't think it needs to be on the agenda again, but yeah, getting that in writing would be my advice to you. Just so there's no issue, it's all clear.
That's what I was asking, that's why.
So the motion that I said on approval, she gives us approval in writing and it's a decision. Okay.
It doesn't need, unless you want it on the agenda again to work out any other details.
If she doesn't approve of it, you may have.
Yeah.
Jackie Bolster has comment.
Jackie, go ahead.
So just to clarify, public health will be with Healthy Granite Network in one office?
They're gonna be in the middle office where the solid waste was.
County health stays the same.
No,
No.
the one in the back, the one where Olive Lynn's, my little closet, the county superintendent, that'll be the county health.
Oh, okay.
And then the next one will be.
Can you, whoa, one at a time, okay?
Yeah.
Can you hear him now, Jackie?
So public health will go back into the office they began with when we moved into the courthouse.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So you'll have.
And we'll just share it with you, Jackie, once in a while, just like we do now. When you guys aren't in there and we have some overflow, we'll use it. Other than that, it'll be your space.
Okay. Holy buckets.
All in favor?
It's all perfect.
All in favor? No, I thought we
You
did.
already did.
Did we already do that?
Yeah, there's
All in
like three
favor?
times.
You can do it a third time.
No. Thank you, everybody. Thank you,
Done
everybody.
here now then?
Okay.
So you need to go.
Good talk.
Yeah, Janine, I need to
Yeah,
talk to you.
Janine, you want to take.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on, just take
Thank
that.
you guys for considering me on my space.
I just did it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
I know.
Okay,
Thanks.
Billy.
And Linda's happy.
Everyone.
That's.
Thank you.
So then
I don't want to
she's
lose
gonna be
weight.
here on the
She's great.
19th.
No.
I think so.
You're,
Yeah, I think it's 11.
So-
targeted is all.
So D and B
Okay,
would be
well,
here
I'll
up here,
just,
or
skip one.
kind of in that little,
Yeah, I
I
guess.
think.
Gotcha.
giving her-
Is that?
Oh, I
gonna
don't
be-
care.
Just because of the-
Sounds like they're busy then. huh?
Yeah. I think
Can't
it's
find
gonna
it
be-
closing.
Yeah,
It'd
and I
be-
guess that's the only-
Yeah.
the only thing that's the draw.
That would be the only thing I would wonder,
And then
just
you might be a little noisy down there.
having a bunch of people,
Yeah.
whatever, just put a bunch of chairs in the hallways around there.
You have to hire an architect or a building inspector to do it. Yeah, and like, you can have them, but they never make enough money to pay for it. And art group is expensive because they have a vested interest in the very long contaminate their.
Doing it for all.
Oh,
But yeah,
and
it's
it's
that.
Oh, my
It's
Oh,
like a,
yeah.
uh,
I noticed that, Billy. I
Yeah.
went, oh, there's Billy's stuff.
I love
We're gonna
it.
go off, Billy, please. All right, we're back on, now we're back on time. 11 o'clock, ongoing negotiations with Flint Creek Hydro, Judge McLean. And I said McLean.
McLean. So I haven't heard from them in 2 weeks from Flint Creek Hydro. They said they'd get back to me. So in the meantime, John Fitzpatrick lives at the lake, talked to person who was with Montana Power back in the day. I'm not sure if he's still with Montana Power. And gave me a name for an expert, potentially expert engineer who I can call. And so I will call him and can see if potentially able to help the county or refer us to someone. So this could be an agenda item next week on an
Okay,
expert.
we'll just leave it back
Yeah.
on there, Blaine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. It's a good contact.
Any comments on this? But yeah, good job. Can you see her hand too when she raises?
There's
Is
no
that-
hand.
No, but when she does, you can see it too?
Mhm.
Because I heard you say something on her hand. I
Yeah.
looked off anyway.
It's yellow. So Chuck, his little thing is, he thinks it's gonna be A-okay, kind of, huh? He's saying, good
I heard-
news.
I heard that last year. And it wasn't no good.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd say different is they seem like after March, we didn't get anything, so it's good news of having this current one, but yeah, if we keep getting it, it's gonna be, more.
Yeah, and he mentioned in there about the dry soils, and it might disrupt that thing, and I think it will. I mean, it's just as bad.
So he ran it at increased outflows of 8, but we're keeping it at 6.
Correct.
Okay, I'm learning.
So what I'm saying, if we don't get a bunch of rain, it's not gonna.
Yeah, okay.
Especially in a month.
I think you're right.
Yeah, no, look.
I can remember days in June where it rained every single day.
Mhm.
And I'd get so upset because it rained every single day in June. I couldn't mow my lawn. And it was like, but it doesn't do that anymore.
No. Then June's too late anyway. It's gotta start raining. Now, June's too late.
Yeah.
'Cause like I say, we gotta start letting out 30, 15th of May.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's that gonna do?
I don't see it happening. Participation or precipitation.
Either. Okay, well, we're gonna go to the Flint Creek project budget review discussion. No decision, discussion.
You're good to go.
Oh, okay, there we
Did it come
go.
up?
I see it.
And this is mainly to see how much we have in there and what we got expenditures coming out and just trying to keep up on this.
Okay, can you see it?
It is working on it. Just wanted to
Is
set
it up?
Screen sharing. There it goes. There you go.
See it? Okay,
Can't
What-
read it.
this is,
It's all blurry, but I'll go ahead. I'm listening.
do you want to scoot it closer to you?
Says down
I think
there.
it's just because you have a really low.
Okay, so what I'm showing on the screen right now is the budget detail report. And this is from July through March. And actually March, we haven't made our claims, paid claims. We've only done payroll in March. So with buildings and grounds, we are at 59% budget power, so we're doing really well. I mean, we only have 3 months left in the budget or budget year, and we still are doing well with our budget power. On professional services, we have 133,000 budgeted, and we've expended 53,000, so we're at 40%. And so this is an insurance premiums is the high one. So that's the one where we are at 100%. We've already made our insurance payment. So that is where we're at with the budget. And what did you say, Billy, that we might have one more payment coming out of
Now,
for Dowell?
For Dow, yeah, I have to check. I know, I think we paid for the bulk of the ODSP audit, but I know it was just submitted, so I don't know if there's gonna be one more or not.
And then the next thing that
How much were the Dell payments?
so
Just approximately.
we paid 15,000 one time. We paid 3,750. And then again, we paid 11,250, and our 4,000 is what we paid to them this fiscal year so far.
it's about 40,000.
So there's, like I said, there is still 79,000 left in the budget for professional services.
Cause I see there now. 1, 2, 3, 5 now things.
I put it up on the screen up there too, Scott. If you guys wanna go up the screen, I don't know if that'd be easier.
Okay, now can I close out of this and put up another one, or do we have to go through the whole?
Yeah.
Okay, so this was the budget detail, and that's for the fiscal year, and we still have lots of budget power left with only 3 months left in the budget year. Now I'm going to go in here to reports, and I'm going to go in budget reports, and I'm going to show you revenue budget versus actual. So we're taking it from March, we're going to preview it, show, no, okay, so 2399. Okay.
What's that?
Okay, now it's up. Did it pop up? Okay, so we're looking at electric sales. We did budget 90,000 of estimated revenue coming in, and we have received so far year to date 43,176. So received would be at 48%. So we haven't received, it would more like with only 3 months left in the budget, we would, I think the estimated revenue might have been a little high for electric sales.
I
And,
think so, due to the fact that because of the lake is low.
and like you said, we haven't been able to put the water out, so they haven't been able to use the electricity.
Are they paid up in full? I can't see. Flint Creek Hydro on what they owe us, are they paid up in full?
No, see, they pay on the very top line where it says electric sales.
Yeah.
The current month, we just received 2,419 from them. And what we have budgeted is 90,000. And so what we're saying, they have to pay us 46,000, and that was kind of a missed budget, I would say.
So the intent anticipated was.
We anticipated more than, we over anticipated.
But they paid for the current.
Yes.
For March.
Yes, yes. And then in miscellaneous revenue, there was $1,300 budget, wasn't budgeted, but we received it for something, so. And then we budgeted for investment and royalty earnings, and we received $44. So, I mean, and we estimated 2,500, and that was wacko. And then for your interfund transfer, we gave them the 100,000, and so that's sitting in there. So that's where you're looking at. Our budget power is good. Our revenue, we're still getting revenue in. And now we'll look at, let's see if we can go in here, cash report, 3, preview.
So that's for this year. So what about
Yes.
next fiscal year? Are we gonna have enough money?
Well, it depends on what we have when,
Because we're gonna have the seismic and.
yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. Is next.
Okay, so now this is where we're at for cash. We have 101,287 left. So depending, we've got what, the 13,000 that we gonna have to give Great West for,
The functional
yeah,
exercise.
that exercise. And do we pay Dowell anymore? Do we have to pay them anymore?
We're not sure yet.
Okay,
There could be one more invoice.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering how much it would be, if we don't know.
Yeah,
It's
right.
arrangement.
so and like Blaine, when you said that possibly we can do the seismic in 2 payments,
Or trying to look at
Try to-
getting an
yeah.
agreement that you pay them in 2 separate fiscal years might help you if they'd be willing to do that.
But, you know, that's a big question mark. We don't know how much it is anyway.
right.
But, so let's just say another Dell payment, so that puts us 13 up to about 20. Maybe. And that would put us down to 80. I mean, it's nip and tuck.
Well, and that's why we need
For the
to,
seismic and then,
yeah,
whatever is gonna, come from this, the inspection, it's called B thing.
Recommendations from the other
Could be,
state.
yeah.
So there'll be stuff out on
But
that.
So-
hopefully they'd give you time on the part
Yeah,
B,
we could
pro
do a
B,
plan.
because the seismic's gotta be the priority.
And
Yeah, you're
hopefully-
looking at least 68, probably inflation, not more now.
Yeah.
so I'd say we need definitely to get negotiations going with Flint Creek Hydro, because we are paying and they're just earning.
The other option too is, another option is the infrastructure bill is gonna have money for.
Yeah.
For dams, but there's gonna be a lot of people trying to,
Is going to have or has?
they've already allocated it, but there's not, there's no word on, grant application.
Well, can we write a letter to the governor or something and say, hey, look, we need money. That money's sitting there.
I don't think they have that in yet, do they?
Hey, Billy, I think I
It's gonna
can
be
quit
on some
sharing now if you want,
Probably-
Okay.
unless somebody wants
I thought it was
to
going
make a
You
comment.
just do that on your.
Oh, so I do it
They
myself.
weren't clear on that dam.
Stop, share.
Oh, and Jeremiah is on.
Maybe Jeremiah.
Well, that worked slick. See, I learned a Zoom thing.
Sorry, Jeremiah, I just saw you were getting on. We were going through a budget. I couldn't see it.
He's still muted.
I wonder if he knows
So we have
about
Great
it.
West here.
Yeah, that's-
So I wonder-
I'm here.
There you are.
Sorry, Jeremiah.
Good, how are you?
Good.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Are you on for that
Password,
that
DSSMR.
DSSMR one?
I am, and I can answer any other questions too.
Wow, you're just a big guy today. Oh, just a second. Go ahead, Elena. We're still on for that budget review. Sorry, Jeremiah.
Okay, to go back to the screen sharing, thank you for that. That's great that you were able to do that. But on the page about the revenue, it said expected revenue, $90,000. Was that the total expected revenue or the 10% that the county would get after hydro electric takes their 90%? I wasn't clear on that.
Elena, what they anticipated for the electric sales, and that's just for the electric sales from hydroelectric, was 90,000, and we
That's our
were,
10%.
yeah. Just the, like, is that the 10%?
Yeah, that's 10%.
10%, and we're not getting it because they're not getting as much
Well,
electricity.
We're
Yeah.
only running 6 outflow because we got to fill the dam.
Okay, so just point of clarification, it's 90% they keep of whatever's generated. So we don't know how much Flint Creek actually generated for that period.
Yes, we know what they generate because we get paid every month from what we get, and so it's pretty simple.
So how much, what did they total get in revenue, and how much of that did we get, and how much of that did they keep?
Well, in March, we got 2,000 something, so that's
90,
10%, so.
yeah, 90% of the revenue.
That's
So.
20,000.
Yeah, that's anticipated, educated guess, basically.
So when they send those reports in, they send the whole report that what they made, and then they send what they're paying us.
And how
And
much
that,
electricity
yeah,
is
and that comes in when they send in their payment.
And I don't have it in front of me.
And I don't have it in front of me.
See, just to go back to that, they have control, total control, and we know the whole thing was done incorrect originally, and they should have never gotten, excuse me, they should have never gotten the 90% to be. Can I speak, please?
While we're jumping in, we have somebody else on there, please.
I don't see any hands being raised. I want to finish. You took a half an hour for the other, personal, whatever the heck that was. That was only going to last for 15 minutes. I'd like to finish my question. Now, why don't we have the total report so we can see how much was made and how much Flint Creek Hydro was deducting before we get our share? That's my question. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow.
And I think, Elena, if you needed to get that report, you could probably call the clerk and recorder's office, and they can certainly email that to you, showing just exactly what they have in sales and what portion we receive.
Now we will move on. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
Well, commissioners, you have the 2021 Dssmr report that we've prepared. That's a requirement every year, the dam safety surveillance monitoring report. We basically just do a summary of the basic dam safety information. Twice a year, you have a surveyor go check in with the elevation control, and we check the movement of the dam. We get the piezometer readings that Brandon submits, and we check those. And then Jackie updates us on any trainings that have done. We summarize that in that report, and then that is submitted to FERC. So you have the LOT for e-filing and the report that we've prepared. So it's an ongoing thing every year that has to be done, just as part of the overall dam safety. So that's what you have in front of you to decide on, and should you want to submit it to FERC, we can get that LOD and the report e-filed to them.
Okay. There's a, yeah.
A motion? I'll move that we sign and send in the 2021 Dssmr report and cover letter for Flint Creek Dam project.
I second that.
Any public comment? Means none, all in favor? Aye. Motion been carried and passed on that. There was a question, I'm kind of jumping over on this other, Jackie, are you on there?
Yeah, it looks like she's on the line. I think she's muted.
Okay, Jack, can you hear me, Jackie?
I can.
Okay, what was that we were gonna ask about that?
So Jeremiah, when Russell Reed was here at the office, he said on that DSSMP that that I was responsible for that, and I just wanted some clarification on that.
As responsible for what, Jackie?
Well, that's what I wanted to know. When we had that meeting with Russell, he said that. And I looked in my DS computer and I'm not finding anything there. So I just want to make sure if I'm missing something, I just want to make sure I'm, where I need to be.
Well, I think part of the overall findings of that ODSP audit, that's what Russ worked on. There's some filing, there's some training, and I'm just trying to pull it up here on what his overall recommendations were. But at this point in time, I mean, the county doesn't really need to do anything until we get FERC comments back on that ODSP, and they'll provide some direction for the county. But I guess as the DES coordinator, the dam safety and such does fall within you. But I think you're pretty much up to date on everything. I'm not seeing anything else that you would be responsible for.
Okay, so could you just send me those recommendations so then I have them in my Flint Creek file?
Yeah, yep, and I just pulled it up here. So his recommendations, let's see. One of the things is that myself as the chief dam safety engineer, I know the county gets Brandon's inspections and such, but I don't see those unless the commissioners make me aware, or Billy Ann sends those. So one of the recommendations was to include me on that as well, so that way I could just keep track if there's anything suspect in his inspection notes, I can be aware of that. Develop an operations and maintenance plan for Flint Creek Dam, and then training of Brandon in what he should actually be looking for specific to that dam. Some of the nuances with potential seepage, the operations of the gate, how those should be operated, how to do the piezometer measure downs, things like that. I think that's in their recommendation would be good for trainings as well. So it's kind of some minor things, but once we get comments, acceptance from FERC, then we can start addressing those. But I can email this to you, Jackie.
Okay. So Jeremiah, I did send him, I've got a post on a 2022 virtual dam sector information sharing drill, which will be on May 3rd and 4th. And I have signed up for that, and I sent Brandon that same information. I think it would be beneficial to both of us to attend that.
Yep. And Jackie, honestly, I think if we do an on-site training with Brandon, probably myself would host it. It probably would be worthwhile for you to be on there as well. Just, you know, that way, if something's reported to you, you're just aware of dam specific issues. So we'll get comments back from FERC, and then we'll see what we need to do there.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Was there anything else?
That's all I had.
Okay, well, good job.
Thanks, Commissioners.
Blaine has something for you, just that.
Oh, yeah.
Jeremiah, any word back on the infrastructure bill, the funds that are going to dams, or is it still too early?
Well, right now there's, the only thing I heard is FEMA has this high hazard potential grant program. But the latest writings of the language, the only eligible grant of dams, for that grant that would be in the state would be if you had water delivery, actual municipal water. So we're still tracking that component of the bill because they're still writing the language. But other than that, there's not much. The latest round of ARPA funding, the DNRC did allow irrigation to apply as well, but again, they had to tie it to water delivery. So I'm not seeing anything at this point in time where we would have some funding available for the dam, but we're still tracking it, Lane.
It will be in the future, right? But yeah, it's not now.
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
And I think some of the local irrigation districts, water associations have gone after some of that ARPA money. Yeah, the Flickr water users
Can a
have.
person, you know how they do these fish things and that, can a person go after like trout and lemon, see if they help us? You know, because they were giving money out to these fish screens and stuff, and the guy asked them for some help, you know, because they want to keep them fishing, they're alive.
Yeah.
It's just some question there, you know, even a little bit's gonna help. We're gonna need every penny we can get. You know, there's Trout Unlimited and then a couple other ones that I know I don't know, something to think about, I guess.
Good thought.
Yeah, I mean, you are supplying irrigation flow. So if the dam wasn't there, not operable, you know, that they're going to be impacted downstream. So.
Well, yeah, they put in $1 million downstream in a fish screen. I mean, that's, you know, coming from us up there in water and that. So I don't know, something, we're just gonna have to get every bit we can. This is scary.
Yep, and we had submitted for the county a planning grant application to the DNRC, their RRG program, so we could do an investigation of that concrete. That was part of the Part 12, was that seepage under the concrete. So nothing's happening yet because we haven't heard back whether you're getting planning grant funds for that or not. So that'll be a little planning grant to help at least do the evaluation. And yeah, I guess we'll keep track of anything else. They're still writing that infrastructure bill and the language in there. They're still taking comment on it. So hopefully there's something available there. And then there will be some funds potentially through the EDA, and Georgetown has a big economic impact on actually both counties, on just the recreational aspect, tax increases around the homes and things like that. So there is an economic benefit to the county to have that lake there. So there may be some opportunity there as well.
All right, well, I appreciate it all. Is there any public comment for Jeremiah?
Elena.
Huh?
Elena has a comment.
Elena?
Thank you. For the record, Elena Gagliano. Jeremiah, just point of clarification. All these reports with FERC back and forth, They are all e-filed with FERC, so I can check there.
Yeah, everything is e-filed. FERC at this point in time does not accept electronic copies, or excuse me, hard copies. Everything's e-filed. Now there is some of this is sensitive information because it is related to dam safety. So some of the e-filings, they all have a letter of transmittal that is accompanied by the e-file, and that is publicly available. Some of the filings that we do are limited to the public being able to view those because of the sensitive nature and related to dam safety. Some of that information is integral, and you know, if it's gets in the wrong hands, it could be an issue. So not everything is available for viewing.
Yes, thank you. I understand that. I've been checking the files going way back. Thank you very much.
Yep.
All right, well, thank you, and we'll be in touch with you, and we're gonna move on. Thanks
Okay,
for
sounds
that.
good. Take care, commissioners. See ya.
Thanks, have a good day.
All right, Maria, you're up.
You're up, Maria.
Thank you. How are you?
Oh, good.
This is Maria Stoppler, CEO. I introduced her.
Okay, I'll start with the financial report on the summary page. Checking account balance on 3/29 is approximately 298,652 with current payroll about to come out. That would leave a projected cash available at about 208,652. Projected deposits through.
Could I have you come up close?
Can
They
you scoot a
can't
little
hear. I'm
closer to
sorry.
mine?
There's
Because,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
we have a microphone right here. Your voice is soft.
Is that better?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
So checking account balance as of 3/29 was approximately 298,652. Projected payroll to come out was about 90,000, which would leave projected cash available at approximately 208,652. The projected deposits coming in through approximately the 15th will be about 327,500. Cash out the door through the end of the month will be about 150,000. So that will leave us with approximately $386,152 at the end of the month, or 33 days cash on hand. Just recognizing that those are estimates and they're fluid and just depends on the timing. Okay, utilization year to date, if you see that, we're about 58% on target. And what you can see overall is that utilization was down in February. January, February, March tend to be much lower utilization months because people hit their new deductible cycle. So they put off their health care as long as they possibly can. So year to date, on average, we have 7 of the 12 departments on track. Most of these are in the critical and the high revenue areas. Areas of note in February, Phillipsburg Clinic was 40 over target. Drummond was 12 under. ER right now is right on target for the month. Long-term care, we had 18, but billable days were 45 under target given the shorter month. Hospital visits were 3 below target, the same as January, and swing beds were 7 below. We only had 1 CT completed in February because of limited availability of staff. We have 1 person who left and moved out of state, and then our other person, the timing just wasn't right, but already had their vacation scheduled. So that left us with a big gap that month, but we are back on target as of today. So on the next page, on the revenue analysis, you can see month to date, February was a very low collections month with just 230,000 below target. So we only brought in about $225,000. So utilization was down. So we also saw some corrections made to previous months' hospital and swing bed stays that impacted the current month's revenue. But overall, even though we were down that 63% for the month to date revenue, we are still up 5.6 over target for the year. On the balance sheet, you can see the balance of unrestricted cash is currently at $763,500 at the end of February. With grant funds coming in, we need to really monitor that closely and make sure that we have all of our grant funds expensed by those deadlines. Accounts receivable are down by 19%, and that's because while revenue was down, collections for some old accounts were up. So current accounts receivable is about 1.2 million, and care in progress and care complete combined is about 440,000. On the profit loss statement, you can see that revenue was below budget. Year to date, like we said, we're still about 6% over budget. And contractual adjustments and bad debt in February were very high, but between the decrease in revenue and the increase in adjustments, this left us with that unusual situation of a negative gross profit at the end. Any questions on the revenue side? So we should see that pick back up now that we had a good CT month. So you'll see that start to regain ground, and we'll get back on target. Under the administrator's report, we did distribute about 450 at-home COVID test kits to the community, and we have received another 450 that we're distributing through the clinics if anyone wants those at-home tests. So given that the community now has access to home testing, we're going to see that drop off in our lab and in our lab revenue. But we're glad that people have the opportunity to do that in the privacy of their own home, whenever they need it, at any time. The variant that they're watching right now is the BA.2 variant. It's a subvariant of Omicron, and it accounted, as of March 19th, it accounted for about 35% of COVID cases.
In Montana?
No, overall. Yeah.
In US.
People that had Omicron, are they
Necessarily
strong immune or not?
they really don't know yet. They're kind of watching for the transmissibility and the severity profile because they just don't have enough information yet. But overall, case counts are down dramatically. Our county remains at 39% fully vaccinated, where Montana is at 55% fully vaccinated. So we are still looking for a CT tech. We did have one that was onboarded, talked to her Friday. She was ready to start on Monday, and then just didn't show up. And you were like, oh, reached out, and she said, oh, the price of gas is too high. I'm like, okay. That was like 6 hours after she was supposed to arrive. So just wasn't meant to be.
A full-time one?
Yeah. So it just
So
wasn't.
would she be commuting? I mean, driving back and
No,
forth?
no, she was supposed to move here from Spokane.
Okay.
It didn't make any sense to me either. So we just figured
Maybe it was a good deal.
maybe that was good news.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, we threw the net back out. We did a bunch of interviews this week, and hopefully one of those candidates will accept an offer and arrive. So
And arrive,
and
yeah.
arrive. Several of our other open positions were filled throughout the month. We're still looking for that director of nursing position so that my role can be split between CEO, and then the director of nursing role can be taken by someone else. So that one's still open. We are putting some additional security measures in place. IT has already completed this, the expedited implementation of security improvements. And the first move was to tighten up remote access with geolocation restrictions and implement a two-factor authentication. So no longer will any of the leadership team be able to access their emails remotely from home. So we're we have to wait for Monday. So if anyone sends us anything over the weekend, please know that we'll respond when we're back in the office. They thought that was, a pretty restrictive move that they had to put in place, but given the current situation, they're going to take all kinds of additional precautions and limit a lot of access to anything. They're gonna have a specific whitelist of anything that's allowed to be accessed from inside the network.
Is that for hacking?
Yeah.
The
Yeah, because they're worried
threat
about,
from Russia?
yeah, with the Russia's war on Ukraine, that, you know, there's increased risk for cyber attacks. And with their strong alliance with China, and a lot of the cyber attacks come from Russia and China. So, I wanted to announce that we welcome our new lab director, Connie Ham. She started April 1st, and we're really excited to have her join our team. She's going to be a great asset. Okay, any questions from me?
How's anything else?
We're hanging in there. Yeah.
What about that vaccination thing for the workers?
Oh, we are fully compliant in that we have all of our eligible staff vaccinated, and anyone who opted not to received an exemption. Okay. All right. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
All right. Email me or anything if anyone has any questions later.
Elena has her hand up.
Go ahead, Elena.
Thank you. Hi, Maria. Hope you're doing fine.
Oh, thank you. I hope you are as well.
Yeah, I just want to verify something. I missed the monthly meeting, unfortunately. And I just want to verify that all this information that you had, these documents, they are on the website, because I didn't see it on the county commissioner's website.
Oh, let me make sure that you mean the administrator's report on the hospital's website?
Yeah, what you just gave to the, commissioners, you usually have that at the last meeting. Am I correct?
You are correct. And we are in between board clerks. And I apologize. I should have anticipated that. Thank you. Thank you for that reminder. I'll get those posted today.
Thank you. You have a great day.
Thank you, Elena.
One question, the mill levy is good through 2023, right, or June 2023, or, okay, so you kind of.
To my knowledge, yes.
Yeah.
If I miscalculated, please let me know.
Well, I believe it's 2023. I'll
Okay.
double check.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a
everyone.
good one.
Okay.
Is that your stuff there?
Yeah.
Got 3 minutes. And we can adjourn. Any other comments? Maria left though.
Well, I remember the name of the guy we were working with for Blackfoot that came in here. I can email him on the broadband thing. It was like John, it was like 2 first names. Right. And I used to really know. And just find Jason Roberts. Oh, I do have an update on that though, with the conduit. So there's only one thing, Jason Roberts came in about the running wires and the conduit up the dam for their Blackfoot fiber optics project, and we told him to reach out to Jeremiah. He said he went and he looked. Let's see, I told him to email Jeremiah. He said he emailed Jeremiah the information that I obtained from locating the 4-inch conduit across the dam. Locate showed that there is one phone line going through the conduit. It comes out on each side of the dam and heads into a cabinet in the state and county right away off Highway 1 and Georgetown Lake Road. And so Jeremiah said he doesn't see an issue running the fiber optic cable through the conduit, but that we will need to see a plan first on how work will be accomplished, if there will be any excavation work on the dam embankment, because the plan will need to be approved by FERC before any work takes place.
Thank you.
Yeah, I heard that last week.
So you received, Mr. Roberts' contact info or?
Not him, he's like from a third party, he doesn't actually work for Blackfish, works for, MSCon. The original guy that came in. Do you remember his name?
I have a motion to adjourn.
Is your name?
Is it my turn? See it? I
All
make a motion, we adjourn.
Oh, you did.
Jared.
in favor?
All right.
Aye. Love you guys. Oh,
Something, yeah, when you guys are done, I just wanted to let you.
you what?
So I can end the meeting or?
Yeah, we're off.
Okay.